We have questions here for our awardees. Okay, awardees. Meron ditong tanong, paano kayo naging interesado sa science? Sino bang gustong sumagot niyan sa ating mga awardees? Siguro si Juliana, paano ka naging interested sa science?
Hello po. I became interested in science because yung science po, parang dyan nagro-root lahat in everyday lives. Dyan nagro-root lahat. Our carpets, our tables, galing yan sa science. And to think na you can make something out of science, parang ang galing lang. And we thought na we could also do our best with science.
Correct.
Ayun po.
Correct. Ikaw Franklin, taga Mindoro ka, 'di ba? Tapos exposed ka sa mga mangingisda at sa mga magsasaka kasi ako I always go to Bansud, Mindoro Oriental. Talagang agriculture talaga ang driving force ng lugar na 'yan. Bakit ka naging interesado sa siyensya?
Simula po nung elementary ako, interested na po ako sa science because I realized na yung science po kasi siya it's infinite. The learning does not stop. You could discover more and more and more things through science po. That's why I chose to enter when I was in high school po, a science high school po, which was Mimarop Regional Science High School. And through my school, my passion for science was molded more and I was driven more to pursue not only on learning science concepts, but to apply those concepts to help my community po. Which in my case, in my project, were the fishermen po.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Now, meron tayo ngayong question mula sa Facebook, sa ating Facebook live streaming. How is your active participation in STEM activities shaping or changing your lives? Sino bang gustong sumagot nito? Arabel, ikaw. Paano na bago yung buhay mo nitong STEM activities na inyong sinasalihan?
So, doing these STEM activities, I've learned to be more a systematic approach to life, and it helped me gain more courage and drive and passion for what I do, and learn to never give up because science and research, it never really ends. Yun po.
Nice, nice. Ito meron tayong tanong from Neil David Kayanan para ito kay Marian. Gusto ka niya atang kumanta. Joke lang. Hindi. Marian, if you could go back in time, what would you say to yourself when you were just starting off with your research?
It's gonna get better. You're going to feel like there's no end in sight, but there is, and your dreams will come true. So keep on working hard. You can do it.
Kung merong mga nakikinig na mga kabataan ngayon na yan ang advice sa inyo ni Marian. Huwag kayong mag-give up. Ang dami nating tanong, guys. Galing naman ito kay Mr. Ed Usman of SciTech and Digital News Online. Okay. Para sa any of our awardees. Medyo mahirap ito pang Miss Universe, ha? Presently, the coronavirus cases among Filipinos continue to rise. Now, if you were given the powers to address the pandemic early on, say before March pa, nung hindi pa talagang full-blown yung COVID dito sa Pilipinas, what would you have done to avoid the massive number of confirmed cases in the country? And how would you factor in science in your solution? Ang hirap! Sinong gustong sumagot? Marvins? Sorry Marvins, biglang nakita kita.
Okay po. I think the first thing that we should have done during the early times of the pandemic is that, number one, we should have established travel ban. We should have improved public utilities in terms of hygiene, created awareness program or awareness protocols as well to practice social distancing so we could have prevented higher toll or higher consequences for it. in applying science for that, the pandemic have showed us how relevant science is in terms of there are a lot of problems that we cannot just simply solve by just not thinking about it. It requires science, it requires systematic process of understanding the problems and creating solutions to do it. So that proves that in this time, science is really relevant and still remains to be relevant until this day. So, ganun po.
Nako, tatawagan ko na muna si DOH Secretary Duque. Sabihin ko kunin ka na niya dun sa kanilang team. Meron pa bang ibang gustong sumagot? Annalisa? Sino bang gusto pang sumagot dyan? Siguro si Giselle?
Hello po. Yes, my answer would be the same as Kuya Marvin. But I think the what the science can contribute in this pandemic is really huge, because the solution is dependent on what science can do. It is the most important thing to be focused on in the midst of pandemic. So yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Giselle. Ito, akala nyo, Dr. Reyna, nakalusot na kayo, ha? Meron pong tanong galing sa Facebook. Kailangan galingan nyo, nakaka-pressure itong mga batang to, eh. Dr. Reyna, what is the most difficult situation that you have encountered while doing your research daw?
Oh, wow. Actually, when I answer this question, I don't point to one single event or challenge, but I point to the yung mga sinabi din na validate ng mga awardees natin today, that it's a long haul, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So the challenge is really the persistence and keeping focus and working on that problem. Sometimes it's just one problem, but actually there's so many problems that you have to solve along the way, and it takes, di ba, it doesn't happen overnight.
Correct.
And so that's, I think, the real challenge of science and doing research and anything that's worth doing, no? Anything that's worth doing, even in any field, no? It's really just keeping at it, and having the passion and the motivation, because you know what you're doing it for. And I think that's what the awardees here have proved. They were able to do that and got through. And they're still, and it doesn't end here, no? So alam niyo yan, di ba? So it doesn't end here. We're celebrating today, but the work continues. I see that you have projects, you have patents, you have other plans and dreams in life. So keep on keeping on.
Yes. And related to that, may tanong si Tristan Lay Calayo para sa ating awardees. Yung mga hindi pa nakakasagot, dumating ba sa point na nawalan ka na ng gana or pag-asa sa ginagawa mo?
Exactly.
Sino pa ba yung hindi pa
Go ahead, guys.
nakakasagot? Go. Chloe, dumating ba sa point na nawalan ka na ng gana, tapos parang, ano ba tong ginagawa ko? Ganon.
Kasi po sa amin, at first, hindi naman po namin na-realize or wala naman pong sumagi sa isip namin na we'd win this far. Kahit division pa lang or sa school level pa lang. We got really discouraged kasi we're in a science high school, hindi lang naman kami yung magaling. Our colleagues are better, and it was a state of shock nung nakaabot kami up to this far. And yes, nawawalan kami ng pag-asa. And then while we're doing it, kami na lang na magkaka-group, we just boost each other up na we've come this far. Kailangan na lang natin ilaban ng ilaban, and let's see kung hanggang saan tayo aabutin. And by God's grace then, now we've won this far together with the people that would continue to support us. So yung community na nakapaligid sa atin, yung nurturing environment natin, yun yung very important when we do this. Also,
correct,
yung competency natin, it would get hard, pero once you believe in yourself, it would go a long way.
Right. Oo, at saka kapag nawawala na kayo ng pag-asa at gana, ang iisipin nyo na lang, bakit ko ba ito ginagawa? Para kanino ba ito? Para sa community ito at umaasa sila sa akin. So hindi ako
It's
pwedeng
always science for the people po.
Yeah, science for the people. We have a question from Mia Rodriguez of spot.ph for either Frank or Marian. Was working alone an advantage or a disadvantage for you?
Wow.
I'm afraid I'll answer
si
po.
Marian naman may katandem si Daddy.
I'll answer po.
Sige po, Sige, Franklin.
In doing research individually po, there are pros and cons to consider. One of the consequences is that aside from having your research advisor, you will battle alone on sleepless nights, on doing research, on doing experiments, and in doing your manuscripts. And ang isa po pong challenge in doing a research alone is that in reality, you should shoulder all the expenses for your experiments and for your research alone from your pocket po. And I think yun po yung isa sa mga struggle or mga hindrances ng research sa Pilipinas kasi pag nag-start po tayo ng mga researches natin, kinukuha po natin yung budget natin sa sarili nating bulsa. And as a student, wala pa naman po akong stable source of income, so I am depending on my parents. So gladly po, supportive naman po yung mga parents ko po. And also, yung school ko po, very supportive din naman po sila, and they lend support on me all throughout po. And ang biggest pros naman po is that kapag nag-succeed po kayo, kapag nakikita nyo na po na you get positive results, the feeling is very unexplainable po.
Yes.
Like you were on a cloud 9 po kasi despite the challenges, you get through all of it and you succeed po.
Right. Okay, meron pa tayong tanong dito pero short lang sana yung mga answers. Gusto ko lang marinig yung iba pa nating awardees na hindi pa nakakapagsalita. Ito ay tanong from Rovel Salcedo. Sabi, if you could describe your research journey in one word, what would it be? O, unahin ko si Gerardo.
Hello.
One word.
I guess in my case, if I could describe our research journey together with my best friend Ray in just one word, I guess there's a lot of words that is kind of like applicable.
Isa lang.
Okay, isa lang. I think for me it's enticing. Kasi,
Enticing.
Yes. Kaya at first kasi I was not into research at first, but it was all because of Ray na invite niya po ako in doing this research, and then here we are right now. And then all throughout the journey, the experiences that we had, all the difficulties, all the struggles that we had, the overtimes in the lab that we get to go home around 10 p.m. From the laboratory that we work. It's a very thrilling and enticing experience that I get to do it with the person I care about, which is Ray. And of course, I had my family supporting me. I had Ray's family also supporting us. We had the school and especially our best friends, one of our friends that we care about, and especially Sir Aponte.
Okay.
The people who've been helping us throughout the way. And then here we are right now.
Right. O sige, pakinggan naman natin yung best friend mo, Ray. Enticing daw. Ikaw?
Hello po.
Go.
Baka sakit ng ulo yung sayo. Joke.
That wasn't the case po. Pero in my opinion, I think the word that I would use to describe our research journey would be inspiring.
Inspiring. Okay.
Inspiring in a sense that I had so many people back me up. Me and along with my best friend Rafi, to keep on going despite the entire lengthy and arduous process of correcting, optimizing, and looking for other possible solutions. At the same time, it was inspiring as a scientist because, well, it's inevitable that we get to have some fair bit of criticism, some fair bits where some people don't agree. And it's inspiring to know that there are still a lot of things that we don't know. So there's still a lot more things that we could venture further to learn. And that for me is very fulfilling and inspiring as a scientist.
Nice, nice. Oh, short, ganun din. Tatanungin ko naman si Adoniram, sorry. Adoniram. Short lang, one word.
Siguro for me po, the word is wondering. Para kasi when we're doing research, parang we're not looking at the end, but it's the journey. Kasi yung solution natin, hindi naman natin makikita sa end eh. The solution na makukuha natin is in the journey.
Totoo.
So sa amin po, we don't know when will it end, kailan matatapos yung project namin. But as long as we're moving the journey, katulad rin po ng sinabi ni Doc Ray na it's the marathon. It's like a marathon. Parang it's keeping yourself motivated along the way. And sabi ko, yun nga po, katulad ko po ng grupo ko si Heather kanina, nawawala na po kami ng gana. But it's very wonderful. Yung pag looking back dun sa nangyari last year, sobrang grabe yung journey namin and hindi namin i-expect na ganito yung end. And should I say, not the end, but just the beginning of everything for us. So yun.
And now we'd like to hear from Chloe and then Lorraine.
If I had one word to explain our research journey, siguro po, it's a bit of a surprise. Kasi,
surprise?
Opo, kasi like a gift, hindi naman, it's wrapped. We'll just wonder or we'll get curious on what's inside of it. But we never really know what's really inside. So we just see a facade of gift wrapper. If I may share po, there was this one time nung NSTF po namin, we were in the verge of breaking down and then we just had to talk to ourselves, like kami pong tatlo, ni Thea, ni Ada, and me. And then on the call is our other group mates. So we were asking them na, how did we get here? Because we weren't that amazing in this field. We were brand new. We were the underdog. No one expected us from winning from the start pa lang, even ourselves. So there were doubts, pero up to now it was an amazing surprise that we get to experience.
Thank you, Chloe, and finally Lorraine. One word.
Hi po. So I think my word to describe my entire research journey, it would be worthwhile.
Worthwhile.
Because when we are doing this research, I think we all have the tendency to find more reasons to give up than reasons to keep going. But I think we need to remember our whys, our reasons as to why we are doing this research.
Yes.
To whom we are doing this for, and why do we keep on pursuing this research? And then when we realize that it's for the people, it's for the sake of helping the humanity and for providing solutions to existing problems, I think that's when we realize that what we are all doing is worth it, because our research should inspire and motivate other people to provide solutions to existing problems as well, for us to make this world a better place to live in.
Nako, salamat. Thank you. Ang dami pa nating pwedeng tanungin, pero we have to move on kasi ang daming ibang mga nagtatanong. Pero just to recap, ang sinabi nila, enticing, inspiring, wondering, surprising, and truly worthwhile. Dadagdagan ko, service. Kasi lahat ng ginawa ninyo, lahat ng inventions na ginawa ninyo, it's all about service. Yung alam nyo, ang mission ninyo ay makapag-serve sa inyong mga komunidad, sa mga tao sa lipunan. And that, for me, is truly, truly, truly amazing. Meron tayong mga katanungan dito para naman sa DepEd. Ma'am, nandyan pa ba si ASEC o kaya si Director Andaya? How important daw is doing research? Nandyan pa ba si...
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Ma'am Joyce.
Here.
Okay, Ma'am Joyce. Bakit daw importante ang pagre-research?
Oo. Napakagandang research sapagkat doon natin napapatunayan kung ang isang bagay ay nag-work o hindi. Kung ang isang bagay, halimbawa, in this age of social media, Kung ano-ano ang nakakalagay sa Facebook or in any other, Twitter. So, magre-research ka ngayon, hindi mo lang muna paniniwalaan yung nakalagay doon. Kailangan mong mag-research para malaman mo ito ay totoo.
Correct. Correct.
Doon man lang sa ano na yon, sa aspect na yan.
Yeah.
Yan. Sa malawa, sa magitan ng research, doon natin na-discover yung mga bagay na pwedeng makatulong sa ating community. Community, kagaya ng mga scientists yan.
Yes.
So, pwedeng makatulong sa ekonomiya, sa ating mga kababayan. Yun. Konti lang yan, pero I think that captures the importance of doing research.
Correct. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, Director Joyce Andaya. Tama po kayo. Hindi lang po sa science, pero pati sa amin, sa trabaho namin sa media, research gives you credibility. Kasi para mas malaman mo at makuha mo yung katotohanan, you really need to do your research. At pangalawa, ang research ang magiging susi para mabigyan natin ng solusyon yung ating mga problema. And finally, we have one last question for the GBF. For the GBF, either si Ms. Liza or si Ms. Grace Colette can answer this. How a Facebook user is asking, how can I give tangible support to teachers in Kasama who are teaching our future STEM movers and shakers?
Sorry, Cara, can you repeat the question? Ako parang pang Miss Universe, ano?
Oo, Miss Grace, mayroong nagtatanong, how can I give tangible support to teachers in Kasama? Those teachers who this group who are teaching our future STEM movers and shakers. Paano daw sila makakasuporta dito sa mga teachers ng Kasama?
So siguro yung teachers ng Kasama kasi, they're part of this community that they're actually helping each other. So one way to actually help our teachers in the Kasama teacher community right now actually is teachers helping teachers. So what we're really encouraging is really the sharing of best practices. No, I know even sharing takes time. So yung oras na malalaan nila para makapag-share sila ng kung ano yung gumagana sa kanila, kung ano yung best practices nila, those are really great help for the Kasama teachers community. And we are also, talking to some private sectors who've also done really good materials that are now available. So if we can get, approval to post that on the Kasama teachers community, kasi marami naman ng materials dyan na magaganda, no? So we need more approvals to actually get them on the site. So really just the encouragement for our teachers, spreading the word that there is this platform, there is this teachers community, and prayers. Yun ang tingin ko makakatulong talaga sa ating mga guro na sobrang hirap din ang pinagdadaanan ngayon. Kaya bilib na talaga ako more sa ating mga teachers more than ever before. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Grace Colette. At thank you very much sa Gokongwei Brothers Foundation, sa GBF, for really sharing your resources, sharing your knowledge para lalo pang ma-develop natin yung talent ng ating mga kabataan at ng mga teachers natin pagdating sa science. Alam ko ngayong may pandemya, lahat po tayo sinasabi social distancing, physical distancing, pero with technology na pagkakabit-kabit natin yung isa't isa, mas madali tayong makapag-communicate. So tama yung sinabi ni Miss Grace, share your knowledge. Ito yung time na hindi tayo dapat maging madamot sa ating kaalaman. So kung meron po kayong enough resources, meron po kayong kaalaman, share it in the Kasama page. Kasi maraming mga teachers ang nakasubscribe doon at pwedeng best practices, modules, etc. para magtulungan tayong lahat. Alam ko po maraming mga tanong pa po mula sa ating mga manonood, pero we're actually over time already. Again, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood at sa lahat po ng ating mga participants right now. Indeed, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, these are specialized fields where few are chosen. And those that are drawn to it see the world just a little bit different Those that are dedicated to it see there is much more in the world to improve. And like the Gokongwei Brothers Foundation, GBF, those that champion it understand that the future of the world of humanity stems from today. Marami pong salamat sa ating mga participants ngayon, Ms. Liza Gokongwei Cheng, sa Department of Education, Ms. Grace Colette, marami pong salamat sa inyo. GBF Board of Trustees, Executive Officers of the Gokongwei Group, K-12 students and teachers, other GBF partners, NSTF mentors, and of course, our parents, coaches, and awardees. Maraming salamat. Thank you po, Dr. Reyna, sa ating speaker, and congratulations once more to the Gokongwei Brothers Foundation 2020 Young Scientist Awardees who are DepEd NSTF winners and ICEF delegates as well. At sa lahat po ng mga nakasama natin ngayon sa online ceremony na ito, maraming salamat po sa inyong panahon, sa inyong oras. Salamat at sinamahan niyo po kami sa pagbibigay pugay sa ating mga batang scientists. Sana po nabigyan po namin kayo ng pag-asa at inspirasyon na posible po ang pagbabago kung tutulungan natin ang ating kabataan sa kanilang mga pangarap. Scientists are dreamers. They dream of the impossible. They dream of solutions, and they dream of a better world for humanity. And their purpose is to make those dreams come true. And for everyone at home or wherever you may be celebrating this milestone with our 12 YSA awardees, I leave you with the words of what a great man, GBF's founder, Mr. John Gokongwei himself once said, and I paraphrase, "May you have the boldness to dream." Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Cara David. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panunood dito sa ceremony na ito. Thank you. Have a great day.